There are so many new and exciting shortcuts to master in the Wave 3 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. Let's take a deep dive into the 8 new levels and show you exactly what you need to know in order to beat your friends. Hey everyone, it's Abdallah here with even more Mario Kart 8 tips and tricks tutorials. It's finally time to dive into the brand new Rock and Moon Cups to see what shortcuts await us. Pay close attention to each of these mushroom cuts as they'll definitely help you out in becoming the best racer you can be. If you're curious about the first impressions of the levels, or you want to see preliminary world records of each of these levels, check out the links in the description. Buckle up, because we're diving straight in. Our first level is London Loop from Mario Kart Tour. This is one of those levels that has a lot of winding paths and can get really confusing if you're not paying attention. No worries, as we got a small handful of grass shortcuts that will help you out. Our first grass shortcut can be found on the first lap, directly to the right of the chain chomp. It's a grass cut, so you'll need a boosting item like a mushroom or a star. If you only have one mushroom at your disposal, mini turbo into the grass and take a few hops before burning your mushroom and turning to the right. This next skip of grass can be used on laps 2 and 3, so keep an eye out. Simply use a mushroom to cut the left grass and boost onto the path. The next grass cut is relatively hard, but if your timing is right, you'll be able to dodge the chain chomp and boost behind it through the grass. This shortcut requires 2 mushrooms, so keep that in mind as you're playing. Now directly around the corner is another patch of grass that you can boost through on the right hand side to align you with another small grass cut that's directly behind the left of the chain chomp before the stairs. The final shortcut is going to be cutting through the grass behind the chain chomp on the right hand side of lap 3. You can use these flowers on the ground as a visual cue on when to boost if you're doing it with only one mushroom. Next up is Boo Lake from the Game Boy Advance Mario Kart Super Circuit. This level is an absolute delight, and I feel it's definitely got one of the best glow-ups this time around. There's only one shortcut, and you'll be able to see it as soon as you go underwater. Start aligning yourself into a left-facing mini-turbo after the ramp, and use your mushroom to break through those cardboard cutouts. You'll also be able to do this if you have an item like a shell that you can throw at those obstacles. Our next level is Rock Mountain, or Alpine Pass from Mario Kart 7. This level is definitely a blast from the past. There's only one shortcut, and it's a big one, especially if you stick around behind for triple mushrooms, a golden mushroom, or even a star. If you only have one mushroom at your disposal, take the final glider towards the right and try to extend the glider portion as long as you can by pulling back on the control stick. Once you land in the grass, use your mushroom in tandem with a right-facing mini-turbo and trick off the ramp to seal the deal. If you have more than one mushroom, you'll be able to cut a lot more of the grass by hugging the mountain wall on the right side. Next up is a fan favorite in the form of Maple Treeway from Nintendo Wii. The bright autumnal colors makes this level really visually appealing, and it's a shame there's not more than a single shortcut in it. Anyway, let's take a look. You'll be able to spot this shortcut as soon as you start off the finish line, so boost through the off-road while holding a left-facing mini-turbo. You can keep this mini-turbo held all the way throughout the entire loop down the tree. Keep in mind that this shortcut can be used on all the laps. Berlin Byways is our next level, and that's a winding course from Mario Kart Tour, so be prepared for all sorts of wrong turns if you're not careful. Since there's no shortcuts on the first lap, we'll have to pay attention to the second lap's grass cuts. You'll see the first of our 4 grass cuts on the right side, so use a mushroom through it if you can. The second one is directly afterwards, so pass the giant stone elephants and boost through. The third one is right around the corner and is a little bit more efficient than number 2. And the last grass cut on the second lap is going to be boosting through the forest. Just be mindful of the trees and try not to get hit by a car as soon as you're done with the cut, as there's a lot of traffic on the roads. Now once you start lap 3, keep an eye on the right hand side of the road for another opportunity to mushroom through the off-road section. Watch out for the stone cylinders and the falling thwomps as soon as you straighten out. The last shortcut is going to be a repeat of the forest cut from the previous lap, so it's going to be clutch if you saved a mushroom for this part. Don't get hit by any cars on the way out though. Peach Garden is a top tier level for me, hands down. The aesthetics and shortcuts are really well made, so let's take a look. The first shortcut is going to be a flower garden cut with a mushroom that you can do on laps 1 and 2, so hold a right facing mini turbo and boost through it. Likewise, on laps 1 and 2, you'll be able to cut a short amount of grass directly after the Monty Mole portion of the level if you hold a right facing mini turbo. Lap 3 is where the track gets a little complicated, so pay attention to all the previous shortcuts, but in reverse. First up is a small grass cut right before you enter the chateau. After that straightaway, you'll see that we'll be doing the reverse Monty Mole grass cut, so boost through that if you can. And lastly, keep a left-facing mini turbo and boost through the flower garden shortcut to finish off the level. Watch out for the sharp corners directly afterwards. Next up on our list of Wave 3 tracks is Merry Mountain. This Christmas-themed level has a few shortcuts that'll help you out. The first one is not too big, but I wanted to include the small grass cut in the compilation anyways, so go for it if you want. After the bridge, you'll notice some twigs in the snow on the right-hand side of the track. Hold the right-facing mini turbo and boost through that and come out on the other side. This one may take a little getting used to. The final shortcut of the level is a clutch mushroom cut that bypasses the anti-gravity quarter pipe by holding a right-facing mini turbo and boosting through the snow directly next to the presents. Hold it tight for more efficient. And at long last, the epitome of Mario Kart, Rainbow Road. This time, we're diving into my favorite iteration from Mario Kart 3DS. They couldn't possibly mess this up, right? For a bit of context, I'll show you what the gameplay looks like on the Nintendo 3DS first. Our first shortcut comes at the very first glider section. In Mario Kart 7, you can dip your glider down and mushroom upwards while hugging the planet on your left side, only to land on the rings and boost through. Let's see how this is translated in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, it's not a thing. Even if you did attempt to shave a bit of this track off, it's definitely not worth it. What a bummer. Our next shortcut is directly landing from Shortcut 1, the second glider section. You'll notice that there's a bunch of airspace that you can glide through on the left-hand side, so we would use a mushroom to extend our glide and land near the boost on the ground in order to keep up speed. Now in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it looks exactly like this. Yeah, underwhelming. They could have easily added a boost ring just out of reach, and the only way to reach it would have been to use a mushroom. Yeah, second bummer of the track. Alright, here we go. This is it. The final stretch of Rainbow Road. The music is getting intense, and you've got a single mushroom. As you turn towards the right, you notice a white and red striped roadway on the left edge. You drive towards it, boost through the air, land on the track directly in front of your competitors, and win the game. You did it. Let's show you how this is done in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yup. Just like that. You can't do anything. Why port over a stage and literally neglect all three shortcuts? We got robbed, Mario Kart 7 fans. We got robbed. And there you have it, all of the shortcuts in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 3. Which one was your favorite? My favorite had to be the 3DS Rainbow Road shortcuts. Wait, yeah, they didn't program those in. Dang. Big yikes on that one. Either way, let's keep the discussion going in the comments below, and if you enjoy Mario Kart and want to see more, smash that like button and subscribe for the latest and greatest Mario Kart content. Oh, also, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live with viewer races. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.